Okay, I'm live. I'm just doing this for fun, to test it out. I'm gonna put a screenshot on the Instagram. Maybe somebody will come by and watch. Let me do this on my thing. This is gonna be interesting. Oh my god. Because I have some things that I actually want to talk about. Um Yeah, I have some things that I want to talk about. Uh, that's funny. That's not the cutest export. It's not the cutest pic, but whatever. Um, Hold on. I'm gonna do this real quick. Um, Excuse me for the boring part. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to do this better to let people know when I'm doing it. Instagram. Okay, so this is with my iPhone. Because I post on using my computer a lot, so excuse the delay. Oh, never mind. Okay. All right, we're gonna do like this then. Okay. Y'all, I'm on Instagram Live. I don't know if anybody is interested, but I have a word. I have a word. I have a word, and I want to share it. So come by my little spot if you're interested. I'm at Kenya Naila, Naila, on YouTube. So check me out. See you soon or not. It's going to be on my YouTube channel anyway. Talk to you later. Bye. Instagram Live. I don't know if anybody is interested, but I have a word. I have a word. I have a word, and I want to share it. So come by my little spot if you're interested. I'm at Kenya Naila, Naila, on YouTube. So check me out. See you soon or not. It's going to be on my YouTube channel anyway. Talk to you later. Bye. Graham Live. Okay. Okay, so now, well, let's see. This is just my first one. Um, nobody's here yet, but that's okay. I might. I wonder if I can edit this one. I guess I'll find out. I just heard my dad come in or come by. He's going to be traveling to um, Texas, I believe. All kinds of adventures. Okay, so Daddy, I'm live streaming.
Huh?
I'm live streaming.
Oh, okay.
Just FYI.
So,
It's no, I mean, nobody's on here. I'm just doing my first test. But I wanted to really talk about what we had been talking about last night about testing and stuff.
big one.
What's that?
It's a big one.
I mean, I think that I've been thinking about the tool of demoralization and how it's been successfully wielded to keep Black people in confined environments, not just physically, although that's of course apparent, but more importantly, mentally. And, it's replicated by this educational system, and it's like exacerbated by these tests. So everybody knows that that standardized tests are an issue, like in terms of, I think teachers feel are very put upon by having to prepare for it. I think that students are not, many Black students are not empowered by what the tests basically make their classrooms into. Instead of a space for learning, it's a space for categorization. And that feels really dangerous. I didn't know this. I did not know this until last night. So my dad's doing all this research on standardized testing, because everybody knows, like education ends up being so important into how we understand ourselves and what's possible. And I need to stop doing the questioning because I know what I'm talking about. So it continues to be a gateway to achieving things beyond your imagination. Because if you open your heart up big enough, then that ends up drawing itself to you. I mean, I didn't think that I would be doing half the things that I'm doing now. And it's because I've been investigating so many possibilities, that the surprise of life, because that's always going to be a factor, the surprise of life ends up revealing like things I hadn't thought of. But I'm at this space of understanding. And so the surprise is oftentimes not below that, it's like above it. So education, the practice of learning, is an opportunity to raise the level of surprise. That the changes that happen to you aren't predictable. I mean, they never truly are, but they sometimes, these changes can get stuck in a pattern if you're not careful. And the more I find, the more that I know, the more that I investigate, the better chances I have to de-pattern the possibility of change, that it really is coming out of another orbit, that it's not something that it's exponential in nature, which, as somebody who has been working as an artist, that's the goal. The goal isn't to have 1 + 1 = 1. The goal is to have 1 + 1, one element plus another element or another element, be like something that you couldn't necessarily have predicted, that it's a linear pathway. So these, tests verify the linear pathways because of a design. They're designed to categorize young people, children. We are enacting psychic, social, educational violence on children based upon how they're classified in terms of race. And that's wrong. And we are talking about uh, presidential elections and, kind of big, figurehead people. But we're not peeling back the onion of this kind of violence that's enacted upon people who don't even have they haven't built up the skills to be able to identify and to protect themselves. So we have to, as significant adults, protect them. And I don't know. I'm hoping to have some conversations with people. People to talk about what's possible. In a kind of like side position to support young people in spite of this attack against them. So I know this is like super heavy for my first my first video, but fast forward. Another thing that I want to remind myself of, because these end up being like video diaries or something. Do not give up. That is that demoralization key that I was talking about. That is what it's designed to do, to make you stop, to make you deviate so significantly from your path that it's basically null and void. Don't do it. Don't do it. If you're presented with an obstacle that is embodied in a person that is attempting to thwart your plans, and you know in your heart and soul that those plans are righteous and they're elevating and they're positive for yourself first and for other people as well, walk away from whatever interactions that you have with them and find another pathway. Because the longer that you engage with them, the more they will suck your energy, because they are getting something from you, whether it's a sense of accomplishment of thwarting you, or like rebelief of their perceived superiority, or the fact that they just don't want to be bothered, but they need a little bit of drama in their workday. So when you identify it, because we all know that we get that feeling like this person is just not about it. When you get that feeling, pay attention to it. Nothing disrespectful to the person, because oftentimes folks are enacting these things in service of a bigger structure, so it's not even personal. But if you notice that, just thank you for your time and exit as quickly as possible, quickly and as graciously as possible, because you don't need to be beat down by performed ignorance, by assumptions, by limitations. You don't need to get it on you. So this, again, all of these little videos are, of course, something that I want to share, but it's really just a message to myself, When you see that the person is not about it, not about moving forward beyond, you don't have to get a lot of evidence of it. Your first inclining is more than likely correct, and just graciously exit stage left so you can have that energy to think about another possibility that might be beyond your imagination. I'm gonna try this again one time. I'm gonna keep on putting my little content. It's all right. It doesn't have to be today that I get any responses. Maybe it's tomorrow. Maybe it's the next day. But one thing's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna quit. I'm not gonna quit. I'm not gonna quit.